If you are logging in to MyTeam today, this is what matters. First off, start here at this page every day actually. The very first page, MyTeam. Use right stick and flick through this because this will give you every single update, anything new that's going on. And let's go ahead and look at it. We have the wild gems from yesterday. We reviewed those, no challenges associated, but some new cards in the game. This is brand new for today. Mini spotlight challenges. We got a brand new Fred VanVleet. We will talk about him. We know about this, play 25 games, 2 new diamonds. So that's 3 diamonds in the last 24 hours that are going to be very easy to grind. Dynamic duo, we have a gameplay on them. We have multiple shorts on these guys. I highly recommend this dynamic duo. If you have the mobile app, play 1 game, you get a free Jalen Brunson. Something to think about. We reviewed these chain packs. This is for the season. Now this one's new, and this is what I was getting at. Just go through this on a daily basis because if there's something updated, maybe you didn't catch a video on it, you don't want to fall behind on anything, it's usually up here. Between here and the Big D Guru channel, you should have everything you need to know. And what we have is a new breakout reward. And that can be Clyde Drexler, Norman Powell, or Dirk Nowitzki, and you can earn them by defeating 3 hometown squads. So there's a new theme in Breakout. And anybody who's confused with Breakout, let's go ahead and take a look. And before I do, wear ugly sweaters. I think you have to buy these with VC, but if you are trying to grind rep, that could be worth it. So once again, this little front page can really fill you in on what's happening. Let's take a quick look at Breakout just to make sure everybody understands what they need to do in order to unlock those potential rewards for that Dirk Nowitzki, Clyde Drexler cards. So go ahead and start a new run, and you always have to go on all modes. Difficulty doesn't matter. Go ahead and do rookie. That's fine. You want to look at your first 4 opponents, and if you don't have at least 2 of the theme, just reset it. And it might take a moment, but keep ending your run and starting a new one until you have at least 2 hometown lineups, like this. I have a hometown lineup here, and I have a hometown lineup here. You have to play 3 hometown lineup games in a row and win to unlock a portal. So when you start with 2, you're gonna make it a lot quicker. Don't play these games first, because if you play this game and get unlucky and one of these blocks is not another home team, you'll have to restart the whole process because you have to play 3 in a row. So my strategy is once I know there's 2, I'll play the other ones and keep playing until one of the new squares is a hometown lineup. Then I'll play the 3 hometown lineup games in a row, and then I'll make my way to the portal. On the second portal is where you can find those rewards cards. Full transparency, they're going to be really rare, especially the Dirk. But this is a great mode. If you're doing a season exchange grind and breakout, which is what I did in season 2, I'm using different modes here in season 3, but it's a very viable method to get your exchange piece in this mode. So now you can double dip, and you can not only be chasing an exchange piece, but hoping you get lucky for one of those rewards players. Glad we talked about that. Let's dive into challenges. As always, dailies, I'll say it every time, free 5,000 MT, hop in and do it. Today's multiplayer, that's great. I will be running some All-Star later today. When it comes to some weekly challenges, we had the Frostbite, that's been handled, but they're still live. So if you need to get Frostbite players, they should be real cheap right now. Handle this, it's a free badge, Hall of Fame, definitely worth it. Kristaps I completed. What's cool is they're giving away the ornament balls in this and a free diamond card, and they dropped a new one today and they're giving away more ornament balls. That's kind of fun. We talked about that snowball. It's going to be even easier to get them. As I said in that video, hold off on buying those things. They were 8K, and if you sold yours at that price, you should be happy. The price has gone down. They're giving out more. It's going to be easier and easier to get that snowball. If you have 0 interest in the snowball, I would just start selling these as quick as possible because their price is probably only going to go down as they start giving out more and more. But definitely do this Fred VanVleet. He's not meta, but if you pull up his stats, I mean, he has over 90 ball handling, over 90 speed, over 93. His stats are really good. His perimeter defense is decent. He's just short, and a short point guard will this only get you so far in this game. But if you're new to the account If you're just getting started, you need someone for offline, and either way, get another Raptor player. He could be used in salary cap. It's a card collecting mode. Knock this card out. It's going to be easy. It's going to be fun. I think this will be easier than the Kristaps because you had to get like some blocks, and the Limitless kind of gave some people a little challenge. But these look easy. This is a triple threat win. This is win the game with 2 or less turnovers. Probably just team threes. I'm guessing someone has to shoot a certain field goal percentage or something. So relatively easy. Hop in, get that done, get another free diamond. W2K, I know they're not giving out crazy meta cards. That's more for the season grind. You know, with the Tom Gugliotas and Joe Smith, those are going to make more teams. Like Fred VanVleet's not going to make a ton of starting teams. But keep in mind, new players are starting the game. Even if you have a really rock-solid account where you have millions of MT and great players, you still want new, fresh people into the game to keep it fun and keep it alive. And so things like this help the new players get caught up to speed, and they help, you know, the players that have been playing longer just build their collection and just have fun with it. Keep in mind, it's still a game. We're just having fun here. We're still working on this, 25 games. That's just another weekly challenge. So for weeklies, really the only new thing is going to be the Fred VanVleet. Other than that, keep finishing up the things that you've been working on. And if you are using Breakout, now is a better time than ever to jump in because they just added in that Dirk Nowitzki. 4 season challenges. Let's review a couple modes. Once again, we have Showdown. If you're going for 75 wins in that, we're almost halfway through the season. So just ask yourself honestly, do you have about 30-ish wins? Because otherwise you're really going to be cramming in that second half of the season. We mentioned Breakout. You need 13 total exchange pieces from Breakout. So you should be at around 6 or 7 right now if you're planning on parceling it out through the whole season. If there's one mode you could really cram, it's Breakout Gauntlet. You can see I've done 2. And in season 1, I did this at the last minute and I got it done in like 12 to 14 hours. Wasn't the most fun thing I've ever done, but it can be done quickly. So if you're gonna save one for the end to try to sneak out an extra exchange piece, it would probably be Breakout Gauntlet. Park is 250 wins. You're just not gonna get that overnight. Realistically, you need to have probably around 100 right now if you're thinking of getting that for Park. King of the Court, we'll probably play a few games King of the Court, but you can't get any exchange pieces. I don't know, have they updated the rewards? I mean, if it's the same rewards as last week, it's gonna be interesting. I really think they need to upgrade these rewards to get more and more people playing. All-Star Team Up, one of my personal favorites. We'll have some gameplay coming soon for me playing this mode with my Josh Giddey. Was hooping, and I think it's a great way to get it. I'm at like 64 wins, and we're halfway through. I did a huge chunk when that Win 25 All-Star Park games came out, and I just almost did all of that in All-Star. So I'm ahead. You know, if you're sitting at around 40 or 50, you should be in a good spot. I mean, you can knock out 10 in a day if you really have time to grind, but I wouldn't recommend it. I think 5 in a day is really a good number to try to shoot for, and you might not want to do that every day. So I'd recommend with All-Star, you want to be around 50 here. Salary cap, if you're going for 150 wins in salary cap, good on you. Especially online, that'd be tough. I know some people do play offline salary cap. So just divide that in 2. You want to be around 75. And domination, I'm still going to say, if you haven't finished this all-time domination, I would do it. I would prioritize it, possibly over an exchange piece. I mean, Elgin Baylor may not be better than Tom Gugliotta or Joe Smith, but when you factor in the coach, which you can't see because it says completed, but there's a Don Nelson coach down there, and you factor in all the MT, I would chase this over an exchange piece, personally. And I was able to do both because I finished domination and I'm focusing on All-Star. And that's kind of my season 3 big picture grind. Anything else other than that is kind of, cherry on top. So I'm focusing on those 2 modes. I would lock into domination in 1 or 2 other modes if you're willing to do offline play. If you're one of those people you just don't enjoy offline, that's fine. I would really just play a lot of Park, Showdown, and All-Star. All 3 of those are great if you just only want to play online. We mentioned exhibitions at the beginning. That's part of the daily. Do your exhibitions. I will come in and get all these done. Won't do that here on video though, so keep things moving. Let's go ahead and check out those ornament balls. I know I mentioned it. I'm just curious on these things because I do like that snowflake ball. So I just want to see, what are these prices? Yeah, they've gone way down. And I don't know if that's just the WNBA ones, but last time we checked, these were around like 8K. And all the ones you get are auctionable. So yeah, if you want to cash out, you could probably make 2,000 MT per ball. So that Fred VanVleet, not only you're getting that, you're getting 6 to 10 MT or 1,000 MT, and same with the Porzingis. So really a huge W by 2K, and another reason to do those. I'm pretty good on MT. I want to see how close I can get to the snowball. I mean, what's 43 times 2,000? You're looking at least 80,000 MT if you were to do the whole thing and lock it in rather than sell it. So ask yourself, 80,000 MT is a lot different to other people. Than it just depends on where you are. For me, I'm just going to hold. I'm not going to go buy any of the balls. I'll hold mine for now. If I get up to like 30 just through the holidays, I'll probably go get the snowball for fun. If I sit at around 15, I'm not going to go bid and buy 30 balls to lock in the snowball. I'm fine. And I'll go from there. That goes really well into my next segment, which is going to be MT management. That big, beautiful number right up in the top. You can see mine is actually down. Don't worry. I didn't spend it or buy it. I actually am just monitoring prices. And I'll give you a quick tip. If you want to see what a card's going to end for, like I'm monitoring the Josh Giddey market, you can bid on it, and then as long as you get outbid and don't collect the MT yet, it will sit in your active bids, and you can then see what it ends up selling for. So when I bid on this Giddey, it was like 600K, and I said, I'll just bid like 750. I know I won't win that because Giddey goes for a lot higher than 750. And I know that just from things like this and monitoring the market. But I want to see what Giddey's going for. So here's a 13 Hall of Fame badge Giddey, and it ended up at 1,200,000. So that's interesting for me because I have a Giddey that's a bit more badged up than that. So now I have a decent idea of its market. Or if I sell mine and get less, I know, hey, that was a bit unfortunate. So it just gives you more knowledge. And I did the same thing for this Oneke Okongwu, which I mispronounced yesterday. But interesting to see, pretty much a base one of him did go for 110. So that validates if I can get almost any on a buy now, I'll feel pretty good knowing that he should at least get up to like 110 or so. So this is a great way just to monitor prices. And now that I've done that, I'll go ahead and collect some MT. And you can see I have a decent amount coming back, and we're up to over 2 million. And that's a big jump, and it's because I sold 2 pink diamonds yesterday. And I bought both of them at 100K like a month ago. They both sold for 190. So I made some really nice profit. I've slow sold a couple diamonds. You can see I'm listing them really high right now. And talking about MT management, this is one of the things you can do with your MT to keep growing it. And I think that's really important. When you look at this game, you need to realize the most valuable resource in this game is MT, not VC. If you offered me 1 million VC or 1 million MT, I would take the MT. Because you got to look like, what does 1 million VC even get? It's going to get you 5 of these 20 packs. And being realistic, you're not going to get $1 million card out of this. If you went and did it with Frostbites, if you pulled 5 Frostbites, you probably wouldn't even pull a Wade or a Kareem in 5 20 packs. The odds are that low, and you could take 1 million MT and go into the auction house and buy Wade or Kareem for under 1 million. So I could get the 2 best cards in this set directly without having to go through 100 packs. You know how long it takes to open 100 packs? How much random crud you're gonna get? You're gonna have all these golds and badges. Your inventory is gonna be a mess. It's really not worth it. So I'd rather have the MT. And if you're thinking about spending your MT on packs, please, if there's one thing that this channel helps you with, is do not spend your MT on packs. If you have an extra 20 bucks, go ahead and buy VC and use it to buy a pack or 2. But your VC is more valuable. And I guarantee I'd be willing to go toe for toe with any other YouTuber or creator. And if we looked at somebody who spent 1 million MT on packs, they would so very rarely, if we did that 10 times, if 10 people spent 1 million MT on these Frostbite packs right here, I would be surprised if more than 1, maybe 2 pulled a Kareem or a D-Wade. And that'd be about 50 packs, right? Maybe a little bit less. That would be about 1 million MT. So if you open 50 packs, I really wouldn't be surprised if you did not get a Wade or a Kareem out of that. And conversely, you can go to the auction house, And once again, I will shout out just being ready and able to hop into the auction house and go through some of these filters. But let's look. Neither of these guys are going to go for a million MT anymore. There's a lot of time left on these timers, but Kareem was, going around a million, but I've seen them sell for under a million quite a bit. D Wade just went for around like 800 recently. So if you have anywhere near a million MT, it would not be wise to go in and just blow through packs thinking you might get lucky. If you're just missing, a little bit of MT to get that card you really want, just be patient. 1, the card will probably go down. And 2, rather than chase it in packs, which is essentially gambling, and it's worse than gambling, because in gambling you kind of have set odds. It's like 51-49, and even then they say the house always wins. But these odds are probably like 99-1. You wouldn't go play blackjack if you had a 99 chance to lose and a 1 chance to win and still have even payout. You wouldn't. And that's kind of what opening packs with MT is. It's always a net loss. And so rather have your MT work for you in the auction house and turn this into a bit of a grind of its own and have fun with it. And just start monitoring prices and use bids. I have 2 videos on the bid method, and you can come in every single day regardless of the fluctuations throughout the day. Like wild gems yesterday were up to 35, and today they're already down to 30. And so all you need to do is come in here and say, okay, they're actually a little bit less than 30, but I know they'll sell at what number? There's none for less than 29.6. So if I list one at 29.8, 29.6, it's going to sell. If I list it at 30, it might sit up there for a second, but it's still going to sell. And then just bid 20% under that. So you can come in here, and I'll actually bid a few today because I think diamonds are going to keep going up once a new exchange comes. They were up to 36, and then an exchange came that didn't really involve diamonds. The exchange was just pink diamonds. And so that impacted the price. But I think once a new exchange comes that really needs diamonds, these things could go back up. So pro tip from the channel, I would invest at diamonds, ideally below 25. I'm bidding on a couple of these just for the video. Ideally below 25, but I think they will creep up to around 40 by the end of the season once a good exchange comes in requiring diamonds. And we'll see. I'm still holding mine and looking to sell around 40 to 45. As you can see, I'm lazy listing mine for 40 to 45. So talking about the auction house here today, I think it's a good day to hold. I wouldn't make any big purchases. If you have a card that you're not using a ton, maybe a decent day to sell. But I do think some prices will be impacted on Friday. We have a new festival coming. We have a new drop coming. And so there's a bit of uncertainty there. I would say right now the market's probably a little bit high. And if it's a very good drop Friday, certain cards definitely will go down. So overall today, if you have some quick flips that you think you can flip today, like bids, if you want to go in and bid on a few cards, win them and flip them immediately. And I always recommend doing that if you're doing the bid method. Yesterday, Wild Gen Diamonds were at 36,000, and today they're at 30. So if you win and bid, 29,000 on a bunch of Diamond Wild Gems and hoping to flip them, your daily flip opportunities is a quick window because by the next day they've actually gone down to 30. Now sometimes they do go up, but there is that risk in day trading. So if you're going to do the day trade method, you got to be on the game. Make your bid, win it or lose it, and then put it right back up on the auction house. And that's why you don't want to bid on cards that have 10, 12 hours left, because you want to be able to bid on it and know if you win or lose it within an hour or two. So if I'm going to come in and bid right now, and I know they're going for about 30, I'd be willing to bid like 24, 25-ish, but I'll only go until maybe the next 2 hours. Just to make sure if I do win, I can not only win, but then flip them in the same day. Because if you buy at 30 and then the price goes down to 28 and you held them overnight, there's a bit of risk. So that's the risk of the day trading strategy. But in general, if you are confident cards will go up, like I am with Diamond Wild Gems, I could have sold yesterday at 36. I decided to hold because I think they'll go past 36 again. So if you bought a few yesterday at 35, 36, you can hold on to it. You don't have to take the loss, but it is up to you. At the end of the day, you can always just cut your losses and sell it back. But in general today for the auction house, I would just keep an eye on any steals you can find. Once again, I've been working on that Caruso. Made a lot of MT just off of this one card because I'm aware that his price can fluctuate, and I'm aware that people will post some cheap ones. So it looks like 47's not selling right now. Maybe his price has gone down, but there's also not a ton of people on the game. It's, you know, middle of the day Wednesday. So I'm pretty happy. I'm going to come in here and try to win a cheeky Alex Caruso. I'm going to bid like 38, and I know I could sell him for 45, and we got the bid off. So we'll watch that. I'll be poking around on the auction house, looking for a few of those, looking for wild gem steals. Like, wild gems is just getting started. We saw the impact of wild gems on the pink diamonds. We don't know what exchange is coming, but if they start requiring diamonds or amethyst, those numbers will spike again too. So monitor wild gem prices. If you can find something affordable, go ahead and grab it. With that, keep grinding. I think today is another good day just to knock out your dailies, keep working on any weeklies, and it's about halfway. So ask yourself, you know, for the modes and the exchange pieces, you know, what's your goal for the season? Is it domination? Is it all-star? Definitely, you know, it's the halfway point of the season. Time to get a little bit calibrated and have fun with it. Appreciate you all locking in. Peace.